Good morning, everybody. I'm super excited to be with you for this new edition of the NFT morning. Today is December 17 and we are living crazy time. Bitcoin just reached a new ATH at $107,000. NFTs are coming back with PFPs. And so, yeah, we are super excited to be with you for this episode number 802 of the NFT morning. Today, we have like a super guest that we love and that we know. We have the chance actually to be with Sandy Zanini and Hackatao. Hi, Sandy, how are you?
Bonjour, ça va très bien. Hi, everyone.
Bonjour Sandy, bonjour Sandy. So we had the chance to have you already a few times at the NFT morning. You are basically the manager of Hackatao, and we had the chance to have you. I think last time it was for the Queens and Kings project, if I'm not wrong, right?
I think that last one was Aleph Zero project.
Aleph Zero project, exactly.
Yeah,
Amazing
exactly
project.
1 year ago because we realized that we launched last year more or less at the same time of this year because it was the 13th of December last year and the 12th of December this year. So it's a sort of yearly rendezvous.
Oh yeah, happy to see you every year, Sandy. Happy to have you there, and and thank you for being with us. And today I'm super excited also because when I saw this project, I said, oh yeah, I really want you to come, and I want you to invite also this person this morning, and this person is Leonard Schuh from the Austrian Post. Hi, Leonard, how are you?
Hello, thanks. I'm fine, thanks. Thank you for having me here.
No, thank you for being with us this morning. And so, just to introduce, today we'll talk about this project, this collab between basically Hackatao and your company that is basically a crypto stamp that you created together. And if I'm not wrong, it's the first NFT stamp that has been released by the Austrian Post, right?
It's the Austrian Post released the worldwide first crypto stamp in 2019 already.
Okay.
So they are already the pioneer in this niche.
Wow. Okay, amazing. Because, actually we had the chance, I think it was 2 weeks ago, to have as a guest the French Post. And I fall in love, with this market of digital stamps because, whatever, everyone has his own way of naming this, crypto stamp, NFT stamp, digital stamp. But at the end of the day, the idea of getting blockchain technology into a step is very interesting. And actually, I realized that, since, some posts like your one initiated this pretty early, a lot of other posts followed this trend. And I believe that most of the posts in the world have been working or are working on a digital stamp project, right?
Exactly. I mean, I can tell a little bit more about international crypto stamp later.
Yeah, sure.
But maybe I start with an introduction. I'm Leonard, product manager for the crypto stamp at the Austrian Post. And basically, I'm managing their almost everything. So I'm managing the blockchain part as well as the physical production, doing plans with the marketing department, talking to legal department, with all the departments in the Austrian Post. So there are many different departments in the Austrian Post, and you have to check everything with them, which consumes a lot of time sometimes, but yeah, it works. So it's not like the typical startup crypto project. It's more like, you have to talk to everyone. It takes a lot of time to check everything. And yes.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, this is a corporate life, and I wanted to know also. So you are digital stamp project manager. So you are basically you are dedicated to this digital stamp activity within the group.
Exactly. Yes, this is my main thing to do in the Austrian Post. So all my
Okay.
time, I'm doing crypto stamp things basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so, what is your department? Who's basically what is the entity that is hosting
Um,
this project within the group?
so I'm blockchain manager in the philately department, which is quite funny because philately is the traditional stamps department, which is very focused on physical stamps, like it always was. And now I'm the blockchain manager there. So that's really funny because it's two very, how to say, different
Yeah.
things that are put
Yeah.
together. Opposite,
Opposite.
exactly.
But on the other hand, I believe the NFT is also making the link between these worlds, of collecting and on one hand, and being on the blockchain on the other hand.
Of course,
But
because the stamp collectors, they are like really big collectors, and that is the perfect combination to bring them in the NFT world. So they can
yeah,
start also collecting digitally, and the stamp collecting gets more attractive for new customers and new collectors. So it's a very nice synergy.
I see, I see. So just to share with you, you can discover the project directly on the nice URL cryptostamp.com. So you can see it's a kind of a pioneer URL. You took it first, basically, and so for people who are watching the video, we are discovering also some of the stamps that has been designed by we recognize instantaneously Hackatao style, and so basically you have different models, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I can see four. If I'm not wrong, there are four different stamps, right?
Yes,
Exactly,
is
yes.
Empress Elizabeth and Emperor Franz. The idea was obviously to have a connection, and as usual, Hackatao are doing nothing by chance. So there's always a reflection behind, and the idea was really to start from the history of Austrian and what makes them really famous also abroad. So this Empress Elizabeth and this Emperor Franz, as well as their school versions. As you know, Hackatao also loves schools, and it will be also an ode to the Habsburg funeral rites that give the possibility to enter into our really essence of identity, so we can leave behind all the crowns and the imperial stuff and focus on the real identities. So that are the four different subjects available, and the ideas behind.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of famous figures for anyone in the world. Franz Ferdinand, Joseph, like Emperor, Sisi, and Elizabeth. So all the key figures of the royal family of Austria, and yeah, the artwork is amazing. It's really something super strong, and also I can see the way it's presented. Of course, I believe you are used to do it at the Austrian Post, but having the stamp in the middle of this card. So of course, you can unstick it, to use it. I believe, you will talk about it, of course, but you have also this presentation, and I can see also it's pretty consistent with the stamp market. It's basically, I can see the price 21.8 euro, and I can order them, so directly pay by credit card and get my stamps. So it's directly managed on this website. I wanted just to understand, Leonard, what am I exactly buying when I buy a crypto stamp?
Mm-hmm. So the crypto stamp, maybe I start with what was the idea in 2019. So when we released the first crypto stamp in 2019, which was also very early for the NFT space, at that time we wanted to make more an approach to modern collecting physically and digitally. So we wanted to make stamp collecting more attractive. And at first we thought, how can we make the stamp physically more appealing? And normally a stamp is very fragile and thin. And we changed it so the crypto stamp comes in a trading card format. So I actually have one here with me, not the Hackatao one, unfortunately, but another one. So as you can see, this stamp here, it's very hard. It's like a trading card. And you have the real stamp you have inside the card, and you can peel it off and use it for letter transport. So in that way, you can collect them like trading cards.
The card is a plastic card, right? Is a card
yes. So it has many layers of paper and other printing materials. So it's not plastic, but it's hard like plastic. So it feels
okay,
like
yeah,
that.
it's solid. It's a solid one, and so the stamp is tucked. Yeah, it's included in the card, so you can take it and use it if you want. And on the back, I can see you have also like some information and a QR code, right?
Exactly. So we also wanted to make the crypto stamp, of course, digitally appealing. So we came up with the idea to implement NFTs so that you really can own something digitally. And so each physical crypto stamp has unique codes. As you can see here, we have some codes here. These codes are also on the blockchain. So that's how you can identify each crypto stamp. And you can scan the QR code, and then you see the NFT, how it looks like, which rarity you have, because every NFT always has different rarities. And you want to get always the rarest one, of course, but some people also collect all the different rarities and so on. And also we have a security foil. If you peel it off, you see the seed phrase, and you can also open the wallet of the NFT.
Okay. And just technically, because we have also an audience of people, of course, who are into the blockchain stuff. So I can when I buy the stamp, I can only pay in fiat currency right now, right?
For the Hackatao stamp, you can only pay in fiat currency because it's a soulbound token. And normally our on-chain shop works like this. You have the wallet and you pay, and then you get the NFT, and then you can request the physical at any time you want. But with the soulbound token, we couldn't do it because when you buy the NFT, it is bound to your payment wallet. But we wanted to make the soulbound token tied to the physical forever, because it's also a verification NFT for the physical. That's why we couldn't implement it for this product.
Okay, interesting. But so when I buy the Hackatao's stamp on the cryptostamp.com, I will receive. Okay, I will get by in my mailbox. Maybe the 10 stamps I have ordered, for example.
Yes.
And on the other hand, if I connect my wallet, I will get the soulbound token, right?
You have the soulbound token on the physical Hackatao stamp. So
it's on the physical. So I'm not connecting my wallet. It's directly related. You are kind of on the background creating a wallet for me, right? Something like this.
It's also educational path as well to help, also sort of tool for those that are not really well into the Web3 space. So the idea is that you receive the first, even if you are buying online and not in a physical shop, you will receive the physical stamp at the beginning. and then through the QR code, you will direct on a wallet, and each physical stamp will arrive in his own wallet. So that's the reason why also we recommend not to move the other stuff on that wallet, as this wallet is soul bound, because the idea is that we really would love also to try to solve these digital problems that, yeah, maybe I can resale the NFT on OpenSea, but then I keep the physical, I don't deliver that. So the idea was really to create a sort of binum, a pair that was impossible to separate. And also because it's a limited edition. Yeah, it's a limited edition of physical stamps, and the NFT is sort of digital certificate, but it's also a piece of art because the physical is static, while the digital part is animated with different rarities, different colors, a glitch effect for a super rare editions. So it's nice because it's very intriguing, because it's a from physical to digital word in a constant dialogue. So you pass from one to the other. And for Hackatao, it was very important to have this soulbound dynamic, and we really have to thank the Austrian Post, because they are OGs into this crypto stamps world, and they were very also open to satisfy our request, even if they were a little bit different from the previous collections. So that's for the collaboration. But
Okay, no, yeah, it's very good.
Hackatao never want to replicate things that have already been done. So we need always to make it more complicated from our side to realize something that is really innovative.
I understand now, and yeah, okay, it makes sense. But it's also always the complexity of having, yeah, twins, between a digital and a physical edition. And so that I think all of us are experimenting this right now, and what you've been doing. And Leonard, we will come back also to the first crypto stamp and the journey you've been doing till the Hackatao stamps. But my understanding is that, yeah, so basically this one is more, I would say, a physical first, and so and the reference and the link is always related to the physical one. As the digital one is a soulbound, it's always stick with the physical, and you have access to this, and you have the proof, you have the provenance, you have the blockchain, you have the video, you have even the AR stamps, if I can read what Hackatao is mentioning also. And so all of this is related to the physical art that you have been acquiring, and so it's kind of an extension of the physical one. So that's interesting. And so just to finish so I mentioned the price, I mentioned what you are buying the item on the cryptostamp.com. It's a limited edition, so if I'm not wrong, it's 80,000. Am I right?
10,000.
10,000, of course. Yeah.
10,000, yes.
10,000. Okay, yeah. So 10,000 pieces on the blockchain, and you've been releasing this just last week, right?
Last Thursday on the 12th.
Last Thursday.
Yes.
Awesome.
It has passed the first weekend, and sales are going very well. So
Yeah.
we're very happy. It's nice because it's also different kind of collectors. There are the traditional collectors of stamps that are also very visionary, exploring these new kind of stamps. And Leonard, if you want to jump in, we know that you already have a sort of pre-book orders of your collectors in advance for some of them. And then it has been very appreciated from also the Hackatao community. We did on Discord the live streaming last week for our community as preview, just the day before the launch, and it has been very appreciated. And we had a lot of sales also internal of our community. Well, the price is affordable because it's 20 1.80 euros, and it's the price of an international stamp to deliver all over the world. So the idea was also to be aligned with the current Austrian price, and give the chance to people to decide whether to collect for them, to deliver in a letter to someone special. And it's very interesting because, you know, it's a sort of binomial between the physical and the digital part. So you can physically share a letters and give the stamps to make live everywhere this kind of collection. And our 4 subjects, as we said at the beginning, so the 10,000 is a total of 2,500 each characters. So yeah, and the rarities on the animated version are different. There are different colors that are inspired also. As you know, in Hackatao pieces, there is always a detail for everything. So also the name of the colors of the digital edition have something related to the topic. So for example, for Elizabeth Sissi, for Empress Elizabeth, the animated version in the green version is called Madeira green, because she loved Madeira as a town to visit. So it's nice because there is a very rich history inside every details, and it was a tough challenge as well, because it's the size of a stamp, so it's very 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 small piece. So when you can see it here in the website, you can see like a big version and you can perfectly see all the details. But when you receive it physically in your hand, it's very tiny. So it's nice to going deeper and make a good vision to start understanding every history behind.
Okay, now so you played also. I think it's pretty challenging, I believe, also, and for a post, you know, to do this. Okay, 4 different edition, 2,500 each. So it's okay, the 4 key figures, and then, you know, you have this tray mechanism that, of course, you know, we know in the generative art collection or PFP collection. So basically, you have a rarity level. And I believe also it's something pretty interesting. I don't know, Leonard. I don't know exactly, you know, the philately market, but are you used to have this kind of, I would say, gamification almost, but rarity tray inside of the different stamps that you are doing?
So we have a lot of special stamps we're bringing out, and sometimes they have also rarities. For example, we had a train station stamp where you had all the train stations of Austria, each one on one stamp, and there were people that wanted to collect every one of each train station, or the personal train station of the home, and so on. And this was also kind of with rarity. I mean, you could go to the philately shop and say, I want this station, but most of the time they didn't have it. But it was like you had to go to different places to maybe they have that, and then you can get the whole collection and so on. So many of our stamp collectors, they also want the chase for the rare ones or for a whole collection, and that makes it a little bit more interesting. But of course, there are some stamp collectors, they don't like this whole rarity concept. But yeah, you cannot satisfy everybody.
Yeah, I believe it's always like this. You know, you have you have different. You know, people feel like it's it's too gamified or too commercial, and so on the other hand, you know, people like this kind of innovations. So
we also have stamp collectors they only collect the physical crypto stamps, so they don't even care about the digital NFTs. They just want to have every physical crypto stamp. So
I
we have
see.
all kind of different collectors. Then we have
I see.
collectors, they want all the NFTs, and so different persons.
No, that's interesting, but it's interesting because it's a market. It's one of the oldest collection market and one of the biggest one on the planet. And so, I believe, that especially your department, the philately one, also has been thinking about collecting mechanism for years and years. And so, for me, it's really interesting to see a lot of parallelism, between now, digital collectors and I would say traditional stamps collectors. But this is why also I wanted to understand, because you mentioned that at the beginning, and I think it's important to understand also the journey of the Austrian Post within the digital stamp market. How basically how you started. You say that basically you pioneered the market. I just wanted to come back in the past and to be in the context of at this moment, what happened, who decided, because I know what it is, this kind of corporate, decision process are pretty complex, and it's much more easier to not do something than doing something. And so I wanted to know, what is the sparkle, that make it happen. You mentioned in which year it happened the first time?
2019. So I wasn't there at the Austrian Post. I'm since 2.5 years in the Austrian Post.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard some stories, and I can tell you a little bit.
Yeah.
So the idea for the NFT was already in 2018, because everybody in the philately had the idea to make the collecting digitally in any way, but they always had the problem. But how can you prove that one digital stamp is you own really one digital stamp? And so that was always the problem. And so they came up with the idea with the NFT, and that's why they released the first crypto stamp in 2019. It was 150,000 pieces, and they were sold out in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And we had on eBay like the prices skyrocketing, because you also have, for example, the red one from the first crypto stamp, the red unicorn. Sorry, do you hear me? Because it's lagging a little bit.
Yeah, it's lagging a bit. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, so now it works again.
Cool.
In 2000, we had the red unicorn, which had a 1% chance, and this was going for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 euros on eBay. And this made the hype a lot more bigger. And then everybody wanted to have a crypto stamp. There were many people that didn't even know how this NFT works and everything, but they just wanted to have it because they saw the price explode, and they wanted to have something which is very rare, and also the first, first crypto physical.
What was the name of the stamp?
Crypto stamp unicorn.
Unicorn.
You can Google crypto stamp unicorn. There should be plenty of pictures.
Okay, cool. So you started like this, and you started with the same mechanism, selling physical online you started, the website Crypto Stamp, I think at this moment was acquired. It was the beginning of all this strategy, because how many stamps have you been released since 2019?
We have over 1 million digitals released. I think we're about 1,300,000 or something like that. So we have over 1 million digitals released since 2019.
Okay, wow, this is huge. And how many collection have you released in it's in almost 6 years.
So we have plenty of collections. The thing is, we also sell the license now to other countries. For example, Netherlands, Belgium, and Luxembourg are also now in the crypto stamp team. and we all together brainstorm and discuss how the next products can look like. And they also publish crypto stamps with our crypto stamp brand, and we're looking to expand this with many more countries.
Wow. So you are selling your brand and your technology, kind of, I believe.
Yes, they
Your,
use
your,
our
your,
technology, our concept, and
and your know-how, basically, you know.
because there are many countries, they want to release their crypto stamp on their own, but they don't have the experience and everything. And with us, they have the assurance that they have the quality and the right technology and that everything works. So that's why many countries are having a partnership with us.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, so it's kind of it's a new it's a new business, you know, for the post, I believe.
Yes, of course, it's a great business. Yeah.
Awesome. And so I wanted to know, so because I believe, you know, that of course, you know, especially when you're starting to do something with the blockchain, uh, it's always something. So I understand also you've been doing several things differently. So, you know, this is the first time you are doing this concept of a stamp plus soulbound, that is, so everything is linked, and so you don't have two different market, one on the physical and one on the digital. I believe most of the time you've been doing uh, two different editions. So when you buy the physical stamp, you are receiving also a digital one, and you can trade it independently, right?
Yes. So this is the first time that we have a soulbound token.
I see. Yeah. So that's and so yeah, that's. I wanted to know when you started. I believe, you know, it's a lot of questions, you know, because you
Mm-hmm.
are trading legally, financially, in terms of brands, in terms of a lot of topic. You know, I believe that usually, you know, in key, almost, you know, or previous national company. I don't know if the Austrian Post is a private or public company, but you know, you have a public history, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in this
So
kind of,
half of the company is owned by the state.
I see. Okay, yeah. So half public. So you know, yeah, you have a role, and yeah, it's complicated to, you know, to break
Mm-hmm.
these walls, basically. So I believe that internally, especially in 2019, a lot of people were not really excited about the project. I wanted to know right now, like 6 years later, do you still feel like, you know, you are yeah, some weird people within the within the group? Now most of the people have accepted, you know, the digital stamp and the crypto stamp concept.
So when we make new things in the crypto stamp, it's always yeah, it's always a hard thing because you have to talk to a legal department and check everything with all the departments. Um, but the people accepted it, and everybody loves the crypto stamp in the company because it's like the only stamps are like the only lifestyle product, I would say, in the whole company, because all the other things the company offers are services like transporting letters, transporting packages, business solutions, and everything. So this is like the only really stamps are the only real lifestyle product which is connected with fun and collecting, and that's why it has a very positive vibe with it, and people love it therefore. And so it's always, if we come with a new technology and everything, it's always on the first meeting, I think people are not so happy, but then when we release the product and they see that it's very cool and people love it, then everybody's happy in the end, and it
Okay,
paid
cool.
off.
No, yeah. So now, yeah, most of the people are convinced by what you are doing internally. So then, you know, you have more freedom, and I believe, no, you have experience. So even like, yeah, all the department are used to do crypto stamps. You have your own lawyers, I would say, that have experience, on this topic internally. So now, yeah, you have internal experience, and this is why you are able to sell it also, right?
Excuse me, sorry.
No, no,
What
right.
was the question?
No. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that you have internal experience on this topic. So on the legal side, on the financial side, on every topic. So, and this is why you are able to sell it to other posts also, right?
Yes, so we made sure that everything is perfect, that everything is legally correct, that everything is financially correct, and that's why we also have the possibility to sell it or make partnerships with other countries, and also consult them if they have the same problems. We went through all of them, and I think this is also the biggest advantage for them. Yeah, because we had all the issues before, and if you do it again on your own as a country, then it's a lot of work you have to do.
Yeah, you have the same learning curve and starting and making the
Yeah,
mistakes and getting the blocks inside. So now you have experience, because you shared with me also the first crypto stamps, so the unicorn one we can see here.
yeah.
So what is
So
the price? What is the price right now on eBay?
so the funny thing is, this was 690 euros, and it was on Ethereum. So 150,000 pieces minted on Ethereum. That was only possible because the gas fees in 2018, 2019 were so low. You couldn't make this for 690 anymore.
No, you will pay 3 times or 4 times the price just with gas fees. Exactly.
Yes, exactly. And each stamp has also a little bit of Ethereum on the wallet. So the Ethereum on the wallet is already worth like the 690 probably. So I didn't check the price yet, but it should be like about the same as the whole stamp costs. And we made that so that everybody can make the first transaction for free. But of course, this Ethereum amount also raised in is now worth more than the 690 it cost. So even the cheapest or the most common crypto stamp unicorn is worth more than the initial price.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And yeah, 2019, it's crazy. It's crazy
Yes.
because it's really like, even before any kind of hype, it's really like, yeah, it's an OG move. And and
And
so
the
you
design changed a lot in the in this 5-6 years. So the first crypto stamp, it was in the horizontal format, and now it's
know your vertical one. And no, I
vertical.
believe also you change your blockchain, right, to go maybe to a layer 2 or something like this.
Exactly. We have now our stamps always on Polygon, because so our premium products like gold editions and everything are still on Ethereum, but the ones with the low prices, it makes no sense that you have to pay like $20 transaction fee for a 10 euro stamp. So we deployed them on Polygon.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And so yeah, I was watching the crypto stamp website actually. So we saw the unicorn, and then we can see so many different stamps. I won't go through all of them, but I see, yeah, eternal flowers, alpine stars.
Yeah, these are in cooperation with Fuck Render, the NFT artist.
Wow, this one, this alpine star, right?
Yes, and the Eternal Flower. These are
Okay.
like collector boxes. So one is you have different stamps and the chain link sculpture in the box, which is his like most known design, the chain link. And the Alpine Star is a poster and a stamp, art
Yes, of
print,
course. And we can
a very
recognize.
limited art print.
Okay, and so I think that's okay with this one with Fuckrender. So now we have Hackatao with us. You've been working with other key native, I would say, artists.
So our first crypto artist collaboration was with Primal Cipher.
Okay.
He has the company Encode Graphics. Maybe you know him.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
He's an Austrian crypto artist. That's why it was the first collaboration, because we also wanted to have someone from Austria.
Of course.
And with CryptoStamp Art, so CryptoStamp Art is our sub-brand to CryptoStamp, where we also make try out different things. And for example, the Soulbound token, we have more freedom in trying out things. With the normal CryptoStamp, we want to stick to the standard structure, but with CryptoStamp Art, we can try everything with the artists. And yes, so
Okay.
our first CryptoStamp Art was used.
Yeah, Primal Cipher, Fuckrender, no Hackatao. So yeah, so when you started this CryptoStamp project, you had this idea of not specifically working with the artists you are usually working with for the philately market, but directly also work with crypto artists, right?
Exactly. So with the normal CryptoStamp, we have our, I say, normal artists who also design sometimes normal stamps, and with CryptoStamp Art, we wanted to make this step to connect with the big artists in the industry, and also the creative process takes a lot more time for the CryptoStamp Art, of course, because the artists need the time. They want to make the perfect product, and with the normal CryptoStamp, they send us different designs, and then we choose one. This is, for example, not possible with artists, crypto artists, big artists, because they want to have all the power about the design, and we give them the power about the design.
Yeah, I can see, this Soulbound token is a good example, actually. You've been adapting, because I believe on your hand, it's also a lot of R&D to change, to not use exactly the same product, but specifically develop accordingly with the artist. So that's interesting. And we'll talk about the collaboration also, because for me, it's interesting. But I think also it's really interesting that, okay, working with Primal Cipher makes sense. It's an Austrian artist, but then moving to Fuckrender and then now to Hackatao. So Fuckrender is a French Canadian, if I'm not wrong, and Hackatao that from Italy. So it's also something. Yeah. So for your nationality is crypto art. Basically, it's not working only with Austrian artists, but really trying to open the market. I believe it's also a way for you to have an international market strategy, right?
Yes, and we are also very confident that our product is really good, and that's why we all also want to work with the best artists, and it works.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. And so you are internally you are in charge of this. So who is basically taking the initiative to say, oh, we should contact this artist and we should do this?
So CryptoStamp Art is I'm the project manager of CryptoStamp Art, but of course I have a management and everything above me, so I have to talk to them every time I make a bigger decision. Every time I say we want to do this with this artist, or we want to have this technology, I talk to the management, and then if they say it's okay, then I can move on and make the project.
I see. No, totally makes sense. And so just to understand how long it take, between the moment you have the idea and you ask your management, or you say, okay, we should work with Hackatao, and when it happened right now, what is the time frame?
Half a year for the whole
Well, for
project.
our maybe a little bit longer, because we did the first brainstorming in June last year. So it was since the early beginning of the year that we already have decided to collaborate. We were connected in the last couple of years, so it was a long journey. But yeah, physically, we started the machine with a physical rendezvous in June in Vienna.
Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, it's not so long actually, you know, when you see the kind of project that has been released. Yeah, it's not so long, and so yeah, I believe also, you know, doing like this 10,000 quantity is also pretty. Yeah, it's very also ambitious. I believe. You know, you say you started with smaller limited edition. Uh, are you used to do this kind of quantities?
So 10,000 is actually a limited quantity because, as I said, our first crypto stamp was 150,000 pieces, and it was sold out in some weeks.
Oh, okay, 150,000. I didn't get the thousand. I thought it was 150. This is why it makes sense, you know. Say, okay, yeah, people can spend a lot of money on 150 collection. 150,000. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's the stamp market, you know.
And
So
as
yeah,
I said, we have over 1 million NFTs released.
okay,
So
yeah. So
10,000 is like
it's a very
very small
limited.
quantity in our
So how
case.
many pieces has been sold so far, more or less? Like
More
20
than the
pieces,
half
more than a half. Okay,
of this of the Hackatao.
of the Hackatao. And so you mentioned that you have different population of collectors. Are you able now to start to, you know, are you able to have the more or less the percentage of, I would say, traditional philately collectors and NFT collectors? Is it like a 50-50, or what is the split according to you?
I think with the Hackatao product, we have a lot more international customers and NFT collectors. But with a normal crypto stamp issue, I think philatelists are 60%, maybe 50%.
Okay,
And then we have a lot of, I would say, normal collectors. And also we have our real crypto stamp target group who only want to collect crypto stamps. These are
I see.
also they buy maybe they are not so many, but they buy big quantities because they want all the NFTs and have the complete collection. And yes,
I see. I see. Okay, cool. So yeah, and just to come back on the collaboration. Uh, so I believe, so for you, Sandy, when you collab with the Austrian Post, is it at the end of the day kind of the same that collaborating with a NFT platform, or did you see some differences?
Well, it's different. It's a real collaboration with an institution. One of the reasons why Hackatao decided to accept the collaboration, as you know, we are very solicited with a lot of collaboration, but Hackatao decided to collab really only with those that thinks that perfectly fit with their value, with their vision. And so the Austrian Post is an OG. We understood perfectly today as well. And Hackatao are a G2. And if we are still here after 5, 6, 7 years and we are still believers and innovator, it means that we could do something together. And for Hackatao, it's very important also the educational path. As we anticipated, the idea of adding the soulbound dynamics, also to educate a little bit more on this binomial between physical and digital, the fact that there is this wallet that came with the NFC as well. So the idea was really to help new collectors to jump into this world, and philately collectors might have the same mindset of artists, of artworks collectors. So it is just a different kind of approach. And for Hackatao was really important the artistic aspect, obviously. So we took a lot of care of the printing process. We asked for thousands of tests of printings to check that the quality, the colors, the shadows, because as mentioned before, the size is very, very small. And you perfectly know that Hackatao typical style is very black and white drawings. So the shadows, if they are too small, they risk to not being very visible and give a worse perceptive. So it was really, really important to go in deeper also in the quality process. And Hackatao created also the packaging, for example, for this collaboration, while usually there is a sort of more standard packaging. In this case, Hackatao really customized the packaging as well. That is also an experience because you do not receive just a stamp. You receive a package, you need to cut, and then you open, and then there are the instructions, and then you peel the stamp. So it's a very nice game also that takes a little bit more time. And also the artistic exploration in terms of history is full of details. So as usual, Hackatao started a big research on the two protagonists, on Austrian history, what's happened. So every subject is rich of small details that tells a story. So it's a nice lecture, and there are dates, there are town names, there are some similarities also between the two emperor and S and Hen from Hackatao, because they discover to share some passions, some values. So it was a very fascinating journey. And focusing on this artistic aspect, another important thing that we can announce as well that is a new, and we have not announced in the previous live streaming, is that we finally have also a new sales channel that are the CC Museum and the Schönbrunn Palace. I don't know, Leonard, if I pronounce it properly, but that was very, very important for us because obviously it was important to have to be in the physical selected post offices to reach the physical stamp collectors. It was essential to be online in the dedicated website to give all the information. But we really wanted also to make this stamp a real piece of art. So being sold inside an historical museum, that is the museum of the protagonist of the stamp, that is in Vienna, that is where the project started in all the brainstorming, it was very important. So we are very happy about also this collaboration. And we think that it's a 360 degrees done the project right now. Yeah.
Wow, no, that's impressive. So yeah, it's I believe also it's I see also the excitement of Hackatao in the chat and the emotion he felt like when he's been going to the museum, and also yeah, the exercise of doing a stamp. I'm wondering, maybe is it something that is kind of yeah, an artist bucket list, I would say, something like you have, it's kind of a key milestone, and say, yeah, a stamp, I did it. You do have this feeling that it's something to do in your career as an artist to work on a stamp?
Well, they really appreciated the project. Once Leonard reached us a few years ago, we were totally immersed in other projects. And as you know, Hackatao, once is doing something, want to really do it in an innovative way. So it takes time. It takes time in research. It takes time in find in a technology way something new. When we started the PFP project with Queens and Kings, exploring the PFP universes, it was a huge chapter. Then they explored the generative art. Now we are exploring the short animated movies that will be released next year. So the stamps are another, we can say, big institutional category. And for them, it's essential to be truth to their style, to express themselves, and but try to see how their unique style can explore different universes. And most of the time those universes in some way they cross each other. I'm sorry, there are work in the flag next to mine, so probably you are start listening some rumors.
Are you
Okay.
in Paris? Because normally
No, I'm in Italy, but
I know.
I think that the neighbor he's like redoing the
It's
bathroom and
okay.
something
Yeah,
like that.
it's okay. It's okay. It's because it's almost an hour, and it's like, in like in TV shows, The Ring, they're showing that we need to end soon. But so, but that's no, okay, yeah, no, the project is amazing. The stems are, yeah, the stems are beautiful. I will show them again one more time, to just to let you discover this, and this level of detail is also impressive. I really wanted to congrat you. It's amazing. I think I will order it right now on my hand, and that's super exciting. On your hand, Leonard, so Sandy mentioned that they have this next release in a year on the video, so can't wait to see it. Are you already working on the next crypto stamp, Leonard?
So we're all always planning the next edition, because also the international partnerships take a lot more time than the usual editions, because you have to talk with the other countries, you have calls with them, they have to make sure that everything works on their side, we have to set up contracts with them. So even before we start printing the first stamp, there's so much to do and so much to check, and other countries want to join us. We have to check which country fits into the next edition, and yeah, there's always a lot to do. So we are already planning for 2025, and
What was the frequency of crypto stamps collection before you started also international collaboration?
1 to 2 editions from the standard edition per year, but we also have gold editions, for example. These are stamps that have a gold nugget inside, and they cost 500 euros each stamp. And they are very limited. For example, this would be another edition that comes about one edition per year for the collectors that want very limited editions. And then we have like one crypto stamp art in a year. So about 4 editions a year normally.
Okay, yeah, it's a pretty high frequency also. So okay, that's interesting. So yeah, first, super happy about these stamps. It's really the artwork is beautiful, and we can see the level of details. And I really like also what Hackatao mentioned. Yeah, basically, if you want to see all the details of what has been done, you will need a lens to see all the characters and everything, because it's pretty small. Of course, it's a stamp. And then happy to follow also what will be the next release in 2025, Leonard, and what the journey within the European posts that you have started. It's super exciting story, and super happy to discover it today. So no, just wanted to thank three of you, Sandy, Hackatao, and Leonard, for people who just join us. For example, you can just go on CryptoStamp, so CryptoStamp directly.com, and discover the CryptoStamp collection. And for people following the NFT morning every day, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., we will be also with a wonderful artist, Echo33. So he did like a huge sale last week with Fellowship, with this Latent Ink collection, and so he actually he's French, so we'll talk French with him tomorrow. And so I invite you to be with us also tomorrow. And just wanted to thank everybody. Have a great day and good morning.
Happy, really happy to be with you, happy, really happy to be with you.